Maid of Honour. So Rob is a very honest man, but that is not always a good thing. And this goes back to university when one of our flatmates, she spent ages doing her hair, she did herself up really nicely, different styles like hair. 10 minutes before we go out, Rob strolls into the room. He's like, Becky, you need to get ready to go out because we're going out soon. The look, I'm surprised he's still here right now, to be honest, but the look. So some advice for the marriage, whatever Lane looks like, which is beautiful obviously, tell her she's lovely, otherwise you will not have a peaceful marriage. And he obviously mentioned about the holiday we went to after university. There was no one there at all, apart from this absolutely crazily muscly guy. You remember him? You remember the crazy muscly guy? So this guy is absolutely, he's Arnold Schwarzenegger pretty much. And Rob says, this last day, Rob says to me, oh, my dad's asked for some pictures. I'm not sure what pictures he asked for, which we'll get to in a minute, Mike. But Rob goes round and there's this lady who's sunbathing slightly naked, shall we say, and every picture Rob gets seems to be angled that kind of way. So it coincides that this woman who is in every picture by accident is the crazily muscly guy's girlfriend. So this quality that Rob's got is to diffuse potentially life-threatening situations. So Mike goes in taking pictures, he's got some pictures towards the naked ladies, whatever goes between father and son, I'm not here to judge, but whatever. So this guy comes storming over to Rob, literally this. And back then, Rob's been at the gym more recently, but back then you were a pale, skinny man, right? As was I. Right? So this guy stands over Rob and is demanding to see the pictures, is he not? Especially on the floor. By coincidence, Rob is the lead of the pictures. So to this day, we never know whether it was an innocent, I'm taking pictures of the hotel and she's in the way, or whatever, but he managed to talk himself out of this situation where this guy threatened to smash your head in, possibly? With the camera. I was napping this time, by the way, next to him. Like this, what's going on though? I say, it's not worth waking up for this. So, I mean, there's plenty more stories about Rob, but I don't want to go forever because obviously we want to have some more drink and some dancing maybe? I don't know. Rob, by the way. So, this bit makes me really uncomfortable, the fact that I'm actually going to be a bit nice in here. So, bear with me. No, I can't do it. Rob is like a perfect gentleman, seriously, and not the wife of Chanson. But he's a perfect gentleman. He's one of the nicest people you ever meet. As by he's thought about his words in there, and obviously a lot of you care about Lane. And if I cared about a lady, there'd be no one I'd rather have look after than Rob, to be honest. And this is really freaking me out right now. So I mean, he's lovely. He's lovely as well. It's a credit to Mike and Joanne as his mother. Brought him pretty great ways. He's fantastic. And as I am a Tin Man, one day, not right now, one day, I hope to feel for a girl and have the thing that you two have, to be honest. So now I'm really uncomfortable, so I'm going to pass to the Maid of Honour.
Thanks for sharing that story. So obviously, we now know I am Becky, the drink stealer. But I'm lucky enough to be one of Lane's maid of honours on this occasion. And before I really get underway, I would like to thank firstly my bridesmaids, but secondly, I don't know how many of you know, but Shai is the American maid of honour. And I can't thank her enough for being there when I couldn't, because I obviously live in the UK. And she's organised the music, she's organised the bachelorette party, and she's helped keep things spinning. I'm not sure how successful. But yeah, I just wanted to mention thank you so much when I can be there for being my other half. Yeah, that's okay. Now, for me to get sentimental and emotional. My first clear memory of Lane was at university. We lived together in our first year. She probably has a much better memory than I she's probably going to say, by the time this happened, we've been friends for weeks. I had a lot of alcohol. I'm sorry. So, basically, I was dragging her to a national student demonstration in London, which is about a 2.5-hour drive away from us. We had a 7 a.m. start. And that night, we decided it'd be a really good idea to get a little bit merry. I seem like an alcoholic right now. I'm not, I'm just sharing that. And basically, it was supposed to be light drinking. That didn't happen. My main memories of the night are somersault competitions up and down the corridors, shushing each other because people were in the shower and our voices were too loud, and just a lot of slightly odd silliness going on. Towards the end, it's probably about 2 a.m., 3 a.m. by this point, and Lane goes, "Oh, I don't want to wake my roommate up." I'm drunk. I go, "Let's spoon!" I don't know why I thought this was a good idea. Our beds at university are like this wide. But it sounded a bit odd, but in terms of cementing a friendship that I have treasured throughout university and ever since, I am so glad I made that really odd decision. Lane has been there for me through the last 4 crazy years. There's been so many ups and downs, and I wouldn't be where I am now. Like Rob says, she's the biggest support I've had. I wouldn't have a degree. I wouldn't have a great job. I wouldn't know who I am without Lane helping me through everything for the last 4 years. And I love you, basically. Saying that, from the first moment that Lane met Rob, he knew I was a bit of a new person. And he's also offered me great friendship and great support throughout their relationship. And I also, although it's still sisters before misters, I treasure your friendship as well, and I'm so happy for you both today. Saying all this, I have to mention that Johnny missed a few parts about the meeting story. So I have to embarrass Lane a little bit. It's not bad, it's good. So I don't know if Rob knows this. There was actually a reason Lane's in the dank, sticky, dark club, which I like to call the hopeless space, which goes back to the Rihanna song. You found your love in a hopeless space, guys. I don't know. Anyway, there was this guy, this shy, quiet ginger guy she'd been making eyes at in the tutorial room for months. And she was there to find him. Luckily for Rob, he didn't show up. So we here and there, and I had this joke that Lane was on the warpath that night. But luckily Rob was the only one who got in the way. And she met this guy who was there in a sharp suit with a very girly drink and a business card, as has been mentioned a few times now. How could she resist? I mean, look at him today. And so they started talking, they started conversating. Is that a word? Conversing, isn't it? It is now. But so the next part of the story is Lane. She had a date set up with this ginger guy after Christmas, and she was messaging Rob, talking. And she wasn't very sure. She was like, I don't want to go on a date with him because is that a bit odd? I sat on a date with another guy. I don't want to date someone else at the same time. Anyway, this all came to a head when Rob quoted Voltaire in a text. And Lane walks into my living room with a slightly bemused smile on her face and goes, "He quoted Voltaire." And I went, "Lane, you have to go on a date with him. He is for you." So they went. She was very nervous. He took her to a very fancy restaurant, very, very pricey, just saying. And they had an amazing night. I know at the end of the night I got a few texts that were like, "Oh my god!" And so, although Johnny thinks it's good, it's actually me who set this all up together. Just saying. This is all me. Needless to say, the rest is history. And whilst talking to Lane recently with regards to the wedding, she said to me, within the first month, I knew that this was the man I wanted to marry, and I knew that this is where we were headed. And I just want to share a saying that my parents always say to me, no pressure, obviously. When you know, and that's what I've witnessed